and welcome to your February 2019 collage sheet video. Now I'm going to be really quick today. I have a migraine brewing and I'm not feeling all that awesome, but I wanted to make sure that I got this video done early so that I could get them all ready to go for you, so that you don't have to wait many hours for me to finish it off at night. So I thought I would do it now, go pop one of my magic migraine meds and take myself to bed. But I want to get your collage sheets to you first because of the whole billing cycle. It meant that this was your collage sheet day instead of around the 3rd. And also Patreon had a huge problem processing pledges this month. So it's all finished now, thankfully, but there was a massive delay on getting our pledges processed. You might have noticed that your money didn't come out the time it's meant to come out. I had a couple of inkies contact me about it. I think it's all sorted out now, but it normally takes about a day to process pledges. This time it took almost 4. So it was a bit crazy, but it's all worked out now and it's time for collage sheet day. Now there are 9 pages in your collage sheets. There is a little bit of Valentine's Day love thrown in. I don't usually pay heaps of attention to holidays and stuff like that, but this month I got a little bit inspired, and there was a few inkies asking me if I would do some Valentine's Day things. So I did a few bits and bobs in your sheets, and I also did a little bit of book love because I've been feeling the love for books this month and sort of rediscovering my love for books. So you have your 3x4 calendar as always, and I've given you the books on their own in a larger form, and this has the outline on it. Now a lot of people want to turn this into a bookmark, which I think is super cute. I've actually taken the outlines off the edges of the books so it looks more sort of painterly and illustrated compared to this. If you want this with the outlines in this format, let me know. I can make it happen. I just like the way it looked without the lines. I thought it looked, I don't know, it just has a different feel compared to this. So if you would like the lined books in a bookmark format, let me know and I'll make it happen. I just didn't have the room on my sheets, and there was no way I was making another one. I have a couple of little monsters throughout. I have this little guy holding a bouquet of hearts. I have used him a couple of times within this sheet thing with colored and non-colored. I have a little black and white version of a monster holding his journal, and I have a colored version back here. So we have a cute little deer, and normally every February I would do the calendar devoted to the Pussy Hats and the Women's Rights March that have been going on from I think 2 years ago now was when it started, and I sort of each calendar year I would do a version of the Pussy Hat, but this year I decided just to put some little guys in there as a nod. This teacup was from last month, but I colored him in for you and added a little bit of love heart steam. I do have this little guy on his own, and if you want to, there is a file separate to all the collage sheets, and here's his original size. Now it is quite large at original size, so if you want to have him, this is hand reference, if you want to have him this big, say for a front cover or something, he is down below as an image. This image will also be going up on Etsy as a single file as well, so you guys get it in your collage sheets if you want him this size. I think I've saved it as Book Monster Original, and so it won't say like collage sheet February or anything like that. It'll be a single file on its own, and it is an A4 page, and he is in the middle, and this is the actual size he will be. He's quite massive, but I want to laminate him and use him as a page marker because I think his little ears will look super adorable. So I printed him out to show you what he looked like at original size, and if you want that file, it's there, and I will have it up on Etsy later on. I have a little bit of self-love day. I know not everyone is into Valentine's Day. I know last year I did a few anti-Valentine's Day images at request, but I thought I'd do a little self-love hearts. I am considering making these little guys like little planner icons, so if that's something you would like to have in your little planner, you're more than welcome to ask me. I can make most things happen. Because it's February, a lot of people are doing a lot of fairy things, so I decided to pop my little mushrooms in there, and I thought you guys could draw some fairies on top of that. I love this picture, and I put it in a Polaroid frame for you. And this cute little happy-go-lucky guy just says a little filler. I think he's really cute. So I've also got this guy here in a larger format and a bouquet of self-love, which is kind of my take on Valentine's Day. There will be this image with Happy Valentine's Day on Etsy as well if you want a certain sentiment, but I kind of drew him more about giving yourself some self-love than sort of giving a significant other, because not everyone has a partner. And I've got this beautiful little rain cloud. When I did it in my hobo, I fell in love and wanted to do a sort of version. I want to do like little weather stickers, kind of like this, not stickers, but like little weather printables with the sun and stuff, so I'm working on that. I did put in some of last year's anti-Valentine's Day things in a smaller size for you, and also last year's little pussy hats. I made a little ticker tape thing, just things to fill gaps when I don't have like extra things to put in. And also this is last year's calendar girl. I sized her down as well. I'm pretty sure I have the first version in here as well somewhere. I have the books smaller. I have this guy larger for you, and I also have this little girl wearing Mickey ears. So there's that one. Your numbers are very much inspired by Valentine's Day, but to be honest, I can see myself using these all the time. They're really graphic and bold, and it was voted that the heart stayed white instead of pink, so I decided to do the numbers like this. I think they're super cool. They're one of my faves actually, and I cannot wait to use them. I did make little borders, and then I also made a pink one, and you can cut these down as check boxes if you so wish. I have a little heart that says Happy Valentine's Day, and the lovely Sian lettering as well for me. I'm always so grateful for her lettering. She's also got Happy Self-Love Day. I asked her to do a few lettering skills for me. And then I have a smaller version of the original Pussy Hat Girl that wasn't a calendar image, but she was definitely loved by a lot of people when she first got launched. And then we have your days of the week. These are probably some of my absolute favorites. They are Sian's lettering from a while ago, and you may have gotten these in black, but what I did was I added the hearts into the colored in sections, and then with some creative direction from Anai, she asked if I could underline them and add some of the hearts at the end. And when we did that, it looked like a bone, and then she asked if I could sort of break that line where the sort of sprays are, and so this is what we came up with, and I am obsessed with them. I have done them in borderless as well, so you can add your own border if you feel the need. I love them, and even though they are Valentine's Day inspired, I will definitely be using these. They are one of my favorite days of the week I've ever created. They did take a little bit of time to get to the point where they are, and I've done one smaller size, and these are all the same size. So there's those. You have minis, mini minis. I've done your numbers smaller again in case you don't want the larger hearts, but I always like to try and include smaller numbers if I can, because I use big journals and I like my numbers to be nice and bold. I quite enjoy them at the larger size. I even printed them even larger again, but I thought they were a bit too large for people, so I have sized them down from my original print when I was printing them. And I also made my days of the week for myself. As you can see, that was the original size, and I thought that'd be too big for people, so I sized them down, but I'm definitely quite in love with how they look at this size. I just think because they're so graphic and bold that I like them. I really like them at that size. They're not for everyone, but they're definitely something that I printed for myself. I will be doing a Valentine's Day set for Etsy using some of these items and some of the sort of the numbers and the days of the week and the Happy Valentine's Day guy. I will be doing a Valentine's Day set for Etsy, and there may be another graphic that you guys don't have. I haven't actually started the other graphic, so I may just scrap it because I'm running out of time. But you guys will definitely, you get all this for your $10 a month tier, and the Etsy file alone for just like a couple of pages, I think it was 2 or 3, will be approximately $6 and $7. So I'll always tell you that your files, your collage sheets is always the most economical way to do it. You get a lot more value for your money than to be buying it on Etsy. But I've had a lot of desperate interest in the book guy and in the love heart numbers when I've shown them on Instagram. So every now and again, some of the content will go onto Etsy, but it will never be anything like, it won't be exactly the same as what you guys get. And I've always stressed this. I overgive when it comes to collage sheets, and that's why it's taken me so very long to get onto Etsy, because I want to give you guys the world on a plate. And so my collage sheets are meant to be a 4-page thing every month, and I don't think I have ever given 4. I've always given over 4. So we came to the conclusion that I would put some of the excess onto Etsy in time. So this is one of those moments, and I thought a little Valentine's Day pack would be a very cute idea, especially for the planner girls that want to go ham and do all things matchy-matchy. So there are minis. I was asked for this little guy from May 2018. He never made it to the mini sheet back then, and so I popped him in under request. I also got little tiny check boxes down here for you guys. Your Monday mantra size down, another check box. Small numbers, and a couple of the graphics from this month in mini size, and also really tiny days of the week. I thought this may be good for your Hobonichi weeks, that sort of thing. If you would like the days of the week this size, like a page of this size, I can do that as well. You can just put your request down below and I will just magically make things happen. That's how it works here. I also went to Officeworks last night to try and get some of these put onto acetate so I could show you how cool they looked, but they had run out of acetate, or colored acetate, so I came back empty-handed and was so sad. I also made this full-page background specifically to put onto acetate because I thought it would look really super cute with all the love hearts on a clear sheet of acetate for dashboards, or to cover up your journaling, something like that. I will actually be ripping this up and making it in like as background features for my photographs. You may see that in the journal spilling video or in a Hobonichi video, but I definitely love the look of these, and I like to give you guys some backgrounds. Speaking of backgrounds, for the vintage lovers, I have put this one in your collage sheets. I did say at the end of last month that I would. It was a Monday mantra, but I did make it a giant background for you guys, full of old papers, tea-dye papers, some vintage linens, and a little bit of graphic just for a pop of me in there. And I think this will look really, really cool in some of the junk journals that you guys are making. It would also look really cute just as a journal cover, I think. I'm definitely going to be using this in my journal spill when I get my stuff all together for that. And then I also scanned some of the linens for you guys. There was also a request for my tablecloth that gets seen a lot. I know this is only a portion, but I will definitely try and get a full page up. It's actually really hard to put in the scanner. I had a lot of trouble getting this much done, and because the print is so big, I only seem to manage to get 2 flowers. So I will try again, but I thought I'd just pop a little square in it to sort of keep the people that have been asking me for my old vintage tablecloth happy. So keep an eye out. I may put up the tablecloth within the month as a separate sort of post that you'll see pop up. And any of the requests for sort of larger days of the week, or I can't remember what else I asked if you wanted, tiny days of the week. And then this little guy, I was playing around with the sort of happy Valentine's Day things. So that's kind of your collage sheets. I am really happy with the Valentine's Day stuff. It's not too much. It still works quite well for sort of non-Valentine's Day things, but I wanted there to be a touch of Valentine's Day in there, and I kind of really wanted to hint on that, giving the self-love to yourself instead of to someone else. But I'm totally digging the numbers and the days of the week. They're probably some of my absolute favorites that I have ever put together. And so I'm really, really happy with all the bits and pieces from this month. There's quite a lot of little creatures in there. Lots of things to play with. Let me know what you love and don't love. Well, don't tell me what you don't love, because that would make me sad. But let me know if these are to your liking. I hope that they make you happy for this month, and I hope your Galentine's or Valentine's Day is a good one, and I hope you spoil yourself or spoil a loved one. I actually don't know what I'm doing for Valentine's Day. Hubby has given me no clues. no clues at all, and I actually haven't sorted anything out for him yet, but I probably should get going with that. But that is your collage sheet day for this month. I'm sorry there's no real eye candy today. My head's pounding. So I really am happy with this guy. He was a spur of the moment of madness, I guess. I started drawing the books, and then I thought it'd be really cute to have a monster sort of staring at the books and trying to decide which book to read, and it's kind of like me standing in front of my bookshelf a lot of the time. But I love how he looks, and I just can't wait to see him in your journals. And I can definitely see a lot of people printing out the large version and laminating him. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to back him with something, some sort of, you know, maybe some tea-dyed paper or something like that. I love that the book spines are actually tea-dyed paper that I have imported into Procreate and played around with. Some of the video tier girls have seen me work on this and seen how I've, you know, done my little bits and pieces and some of my editing tricks. So if you're interested in that, then if you're a $10 tier for an extra $5, you can see that video. And I talk about editing on your Sprocket and sort of what to do and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the video tier at the moment. Lots of journaling and lots of fun, and there'll be some challenges coming up soon as well. That is all from me. I hope you enjoy your collage sheets for another month. If you're new here, thank you so much for taking a chance on me, and thank you so much for putting your support in myself and in turn supporting my family. And if you've been an Inky for eons and eons, my heart is totally full with appreciation for you guys. It has been an amazing journey, and I cannot believe that little old me is going into my 3rd year of Patreon and still going from strength to strength. And I am so grateful and so blessed for each and every one of you. And my family is too, because this is how I make my living, to become an equal part in our household's finances. And it has definitely helped my self-confidence and my self-worth above everything else. So you guys have had a huge part in that, and I thank you so much for that. So have a wonderful February, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.